How's it going, everyone? Welcome back to a Consciousness Awake video. In this video, I want to talk about my very interesting sleeping experience from earlier this morning in the 3 to 4 a.m. range. So I want to describe to you some stuff. Let me fix my phone real quick. There we go. So I want to talk to you about that experience, and also in like 5 minutes or somewhere in the middle of this video, I will be describing something that I would consider very frightening. You know, uh, the prospects of this particular observation are very frightening. And so, if you have like extreme anxiety or paranoia or any of those kind of things, you do, you have an issue with stuff that can kind of make your anxiety or paranoia or worse. I would just say don't watch the video. Okay, and it's kind of weird for me to say that, right? Like I'm making a YouTube video, I want everybody to watch it, right? But not really. Like I want to describe my experience from this morning, and I'm going to be completely honest and talk very detailed about what I observed. Um, and I would hate to uh, complicate certain people's anxieties or paranoias, right? But at the same time, I feel like it's still important to talk about experiences and express ourselves, especially when they're very, very interesting, very unique. So you kind of get where I'm coming from. But at least I've forewarned you just in case, okay? So let's get right into it. Sorry about that long intro. I gotta drink some water. So, how this whole experience started was just in a regular dream. Just going along with the regular dream, going with the flow. I'm just driving a random car. I've got my maps up on a display screen. I'm going to some particular city out in a desert community. It's nighttime, and I get to where my destination is. I park the car. I go into this restaurant kind of area, and then there's this lounge area, kind of more of a private lounge kind of area in the back of the restaurant. I go in there and I sit down, and this is just all just regular dreaming, just going with the flow of the dream. You're not really questioning things, you're not having any critical observations or critical thinking skills or any of that stuff, right? Regular dream. And so I'm sitting down in this lounge area, and then there's a person sitting right in front of me. Um, and then at first I don't notice, but then as I start to look at the face of this dream character, I start thinking, wait, who is that? I know that person, and kind of like just questioning the situation kind of increased my lucidity just a little bit, right? And I look at the face more, and it's Maynard James Keenan. Maynard James Keenan, the singer for the band Tool and other projects and stuff. I mean, some of you have heard of this person, obviously. Some of you haven't, but a lot of you probably have heard of who this is, so you visually can see what this person looks like. He's wearing a black sport coat, little black, kind of look like a top hat kind of thing, and a white shirt underneath the sport coat, and black bold letters on the shirt, which read, "A dream within a dream." Okay? We've heard of that before. Dream within a dream. There's a lot of truth to that, right? And also I believe that Maynard James Keenan had a song like way back in the '90s where I think in his lyrics he says that exact thing, a dream within a dream, if I'm not mistaken. So as I'm analyzing this and finding it very unique and interesting that this is type of dream character that's sitting in front of me, and we're starting to talk. We're starting to engage. Start ask as I'm becoming more and more lucid. I was still kind of in that dream state still, and just kind of going along with a conversation with Maynard, the dream character Maynard, and asking him about his singing, about his bands, and all this stuff, like personal questions and stuff. And then as I'm doing that, I'm like, wait, I'm just talking to the dream character of Maynard James Keenan. What am I doing? I'm becoming lucid right now. I'm figuring out that I'm a dream. I read his shirt, Dream Within a Dream. It got set off a lucidity alarm, you know. So I was like, okay, I'm done with this. And so in that moment, my intent was to go into a direct out of body experience and shift my consciousness uh, into my energy body. And usually, when you do that, for the most part, you kind of phase out of that dream scene, and you just usually find yourself in a sleep paralysis state, right? Your body's asleep, but your consciousness, your awareness, everything is totally awake and alert. You can see the etheric space around you, etc. So, so in that moment, I then just basically, I did whatever came to me. So what came to me was just to do a roll out, right? Roll out of my physical body, and just roll out onto the ground, next to the bed. Um, and so as I'm doing that, see this window behind me? There's a reason why I'm sitting in front of this window right now. So imagine, and this is a big window, it's like 10 feet wide, but it was really hot last night. So I had the curtains and the blind, everything was totally open for circulation. And so as I was rolling out of my body, I can see through that big window clearly, and about maybe 100, 200 feet out in the etheric, I guess you could say the etheric air, not the physical air, about 100 or 200 feet out, kind of floating by in the air, was this long uh, tube. It looked like a mechanical tube, or like a tentacle, very robotic, but it had like a yellow hue of energy kind of around it. It kind of emanated this orange hue, but it was definitely mechanical, robotic, and it was floating along, and you can kind of tell how it was connected to something, right? But I just couldn't see at first what it was connected to, right? So it was very distractful. I was like, what is that? It's just like something it's very random, right? Uh, and so I ended up rolling out of my body. I rolled out onto the floor in my etheric energy body, and with my hands in that energy body, I can feel the floor. I can feel the density of the floor. So once I realized that my physical body was definitely up in the bed and I'm on the floor, that's when I immediately focused on getting out the bedroom door, going down the hallway, going down the stairs, going out the front door. There's a big grassy area, open kind of area with some pine trees and things out in front, and just going out there. And I was really intrigued with that mechanical looking kind of tube or tentacle that was just floating on by, right? And also thinking it was some kind of UFO or something like that, right? And or how far was it? Was it like 100 or 200 feet away from my window, or was it maybe further away? Was it maybe bigger than I thought? So as I'm going down the street, I'm going north, and I see kind of the tail end of that tube, and I get really curious, and I kind of sped up my etheric body, because when you're out of body in your etheric body, you can move. Like once you think about moving really quickly, you start to move really really fast. So all of a sudden, I'm like a quarter mile down the road, just like that, and then I see more of this tube, uh, and like a big robotic arm, and it had like a procedure. It had like it was like programmed to do what it was doing. Like, it had its own mind. Like, it was just swooping in between houses, around trees, and it stopped for a second. It almost even looked like it would just go into people's houses for a few seconds or whatever, and then come out. And then as I kept going, and as my view opened up, I can see that this long mechanical, like robotic tube was connected to a craft. And this craft was triangular. It was maybe 100 feet across, and it was just kind of moving, hovering real slow across the etheric sky. It's dark. I think this experience was at night, so everything was dark. But as far as the colors of this craft, I mean, it was triangular for sure. It was very brownish. The body of it was brownish, and it also had that kind of yellowish hue of color, kind of around the body, just like the robotic, tube I was looking at. And I don't remember much of any colors. I think I might have noticed some little specks of green or something, but I don't really recollect exactly what it was. But so the reason why I'm making this video, the reason why I'm expressing this experience from today, crazy sleep experience is what I would call it, is because it's a observation. It's the experience. I saw something that really made me think about what this could be. What's happening here. So my intuition, after seeing what I saw, my intuition tells me that this craft has an agenda. It has a program, and I believe that my intuition is saying that what it's doing is it's stealing prana energy from people's etheric bodies while their physical body is asleep. I also find it interesting how in that dream I was having with Maynard James Keenan, and then it became lucid, and I wanted to go into that direct out of body, shift my consciousness into my etheric body. Like, it was interesting how this robotic tube, his arm that was connected to this craft, it was coming by real close. Like, it was interesting how what I can't get out of my head this morning is how the dream character Maynard James Keenan, how he grabbed my arm and said, "This isn't a good time to do that." What was that all about? It was almost like whatever this craft is, it's almost like it can even infiltrate or do things in your subconscious mind in a dream state. It's almost like if its objective is just to steal or siphon off prana energy from people's energy bodies while they're sleeping, it's almost like it can even help induce some sort of distraction, like a very interesting dream or some kind of dream scene to keep you to keep you occupied with something as it's doing what it does, right? So those are like a lot of the thoughts I was having today, this morning, after that particular experience, and just kind of wanted to share it with you guys. I wanted to hear back from you in the comments or emails, like if you've kind of observed or experienced some of these things. But now you get why, at the beginning of this video, why I said, if you suffer from really bad anxiety or extreme paranoia, like, maybe you shouldn't watch and listen to this experience that I have expressed here in this video, because it's not going to help your extreme anxiety or paranoia problems. So that now you can maybe appreciate why I gave that disclaimer. Maybe it makes more sense now. But anyways, I'm going to leave the video at here at 14 minutes or so, 15 minutes. Yeah, I'd like to hear from you, hear what you think, and especially if you've had some kind of similar observations to share with me or with everybody else in the comments down below. All right, talk to you soon. Bye.